you know, 'cause it's kind of getting dark now, because of the light. Take your cap off, is that alright?
Turn it round.
Can I do that? Is that right?
That helps, that helps.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay. And rolling.
Well, the system needs to change. You know, we want proportional representation. We want more democracy rather than this disproportionate representation system we have at the moment. You know, we've got a critical situation for our environment at the moment, and it seems like most of the main parties aren't actually paying attention and doing enough about climate change and all major issues that are affecting people. You know, we also want a change and reform of the corporate lobbying system. There's a 2 billion corporate lobbying industry based all around here. It seems these large corporate lobbyists are actually creating and manufacturing a lot of our laws when it should be the people who vote in real democracy. So you know, we want some more real, fair, sustainable democratic system going on. We're also calling for a citizens-led constitutional convention to actually work out a more fairer, equitable, you know, sustainable system for everyone. The dawn of rainbow politics. I think we're going to have, hopefully, more people listening and parties, groups having consensus and talking and discussing and having to cooperate a bit more. There's way too much, you see Prime Minister's question time or shouting like a bunch of kids, too much competition. We are at a critical stage of our environment and we need cooperation and we need solutions. One of the things the Occupy movement is talking about is solutions. A lot of the main media is focused on problems. We need to start talking about the solutions for our democratic system, for the environment, for community, about the housing crisis. There's 1.5 million empty buildings out there. There shouldn't be a housing crisis. You know, let's start talking about solutions, and that's one of the things that Occupy's helped to put on the agenda.
Do you think that the majority that might make it difficult to affect change?
Be the change you wish to see in the world. Change happens every single day. Be the change you wish to see in the world. I think it's one of the old quotes. I mean, we need to take action every single day. Democracy isn't just about putting an X on a piece of paper. Those who are fortunate enough to have a vote in this country for many years, being squatting and homeless and didn't get a vote, you know, it should be about everyday democracy. Is action, is getting involved with what's going on in your local community, locally, nationally, raising awareness, networking, trying to create that better future. So, you know, let's keep creating the change every single day, not once every 5 years, hoping that some people who say that they're going to do something, all these promises that they then ignore and don't do. There should be a right of recall or something from MPs who say they're going to do all these things, and then they just don't do it. You know, we need to hold our government and our politicians to account, and unfortunately the system we have is not accountable, and corporations have taken a lot of it over, you know. Here with the Occupy over the last 4 or 5 months? No, because the situation's happened. There's been a major suppression of democracy. This square was created so the British public could come here and wave a placard about women's rights or campaign group or whatever it is so the MPs could see. They brought in a law saying that you have to ask permission for written material here. There's lots of people been arrested here over the last 4 or 5 months. Some of the media has covered it, some not enough. And, you know, they've been arresting people for closing their eyes overnight while they're trying to sleep. They've arrested people for having written banners and written placards. You know, what is going on? This is supposed to be the heart of British democracy, yet when people have come to try and have a free democratic discussion that everyone's welcome to, you've got 400 police surrounding people and dragging people off. They've been very well behaved the last 2 or 3 days, the police, because this election on the media here and there's a lot of tourists. But for the last 4 or 5 months, what Boris Johnson and the GLA have ordered is a complete suppression of democracy and fencing this area off. So, you know, we need more free speech here and to repeal some of these laws that prevent democracy.
What's your plan after?
Keep taking action every day, create community centres wherever you can, wherever you go. We're doing a lot of squatty community centres. Keep campaigning. There's a festival for democracy at Runnymede Eco Village on June the 12th and 15th. the New Putney debates and Occupy Democracy and other groups will be organising basically a big debate about the state of democracy. We're calling for a citizens-led constitutional convention. What we need is system change, not regime change from blue to red, or whatever it is. What we actually need is to reboot the whole system and look at how we're running everything in proper constitutional convention.
What does that actually mean, citizen-led?
What that means is getting a national discussion by as many different groups of all ages and all groups together to discuss what the actual constitution of this country is, how it's run, what the democratic system is, how things are financed, how things are lobbied, and discuss how we actually put it all together. I mean, I was taught at school we don't have a written constitution here. We have a lot of different laws, but something should be written down that is a guide for everyone, that is free and fair and sustainable and democratic for everyone, because we're still operating under a 19th century system where most of people's votes don't actually count. They only count in a number of swing boroughs, and because we've got a disproportionate representation system, what we need is a proportional representation system. That's something that everyone puts into. I found out recently at Runnymede Eco Village, check out runnymede.community, that there was a constitutional consultation type thing. The government asked everyone, do you want to change the constitution? Everyone was supposed to be asked, but none of us heard about it, apart from a few professors, because do you know when they did it? They did it at the same time as the Scottish referendum. So at the same point where they asked everyone, do you want to change our constitution and our system and send your ideas in, no media covered it, no one heard about it because of the Scottish referendum. We need to have this conversation nationally about how we change our system to a more fair, sustainable, democratic, real democracy for everyone.
How does this report what the US happens to
Rainbow politics, yeah.
What colours make up that rainbow?
Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. Everyone's opinions. What we need is what you saw with Occupy Democracy was 900 cities around the world having direct democratic discussions that everyone was welcome to, from bricklayers to builders to bankers to students to housewives, all getting involved. And that's what we need. We need local and national democracy, linking up all different levels of open discussions where everyone can get involved and discuss the kind of future that we want to see for us and for all our children. You know, we need to create sustainability and action on climate change. You know, and unfortunately we've got corporate lobby systems telling our government not to take action properly on climate change and the rest. You know, creating very undemocratic situations. Come to Runnymede Eco Village for the Festival for Democracy, and you know, take action every day. It's not just about putting a vote with the spoken once every 5 years.
Struggle through that.
Biscuit in the throat at the end.
You got your water.
Cutaways and